C'est trop gratté. Vous avez du stock qui reste, des anciens disques qui n'ont pas gratté ou utilisé?
Ils sont là.
There's something almost fetishistic about collecting rare records. But also for me it's important to really have the artifact in my hands.
Les enfants, ils ne peuvent pas entretenir ça.
Ils veulent pas ça, ils veulent les 9 trucs.
Ils s'en foutent.
Ils s'en foutent.
C'est comme ça.
Oui, c'est la vérité. C'est la vérité.
I'm really into African funk music from the 70s. Some people might even call me obsessed. 3 years ago I gave up my life as a DJ in Berlin and moved to West Africa. And basically for the last 3 years I haven't done anything else besides traveling around and trying to find more and more records. It's not only about the records I find, it's also about the experience and people you meet, because here you don't look up record stores because they don't exist. You have to find owners of former record stores. Most times they're dead, so you have to look out for their wives or their children. And it's just you never know where the day is gonna lead you.
Donc, si vous avez moins de 50 ans, je disais tantôt, vous n'allez rien comprendre de ce que nous allons faire ce soir. Parce que nous avons un invité de marque, son nom c'est Monsieur Franck, on l'appelle, il vient tout droit des États-Unis. Et il est en train de faire quelques recherches par rapport à la musique africaine. On le reçoit sur l'émission ce soir. Et vous allez écouter des titres, si vous avez un âge comme moi. Vous allez seulement écouter et comprendre après. Nous allons partir tout de suite avec un mixtape spécial Afrique.
I give CD-ROMs with all my library of African recordings that I collected here in the last 3 years to the radio stations so they can play them for their audience.
J'amène les disques, les vrais disques pour jouer dans les boîtes de la nuit.
Et les Américains, ils ont dansé ça.
Ils aiment beaucoup.
C'est facile à trouver ces anciens disques.
C'est très difficile, spécialement en état neuf, c'est pas facile à trouver.
Alors, tapez rapidement le 97 84 17 33 si vous avez ces disques à la maison, ce que nous écoutons maintenant. Alors, messieurs, dames, c'est terminé pour ce soir. Monsieur Moufliali, j'espère que vous avez pris du plaisir en ma compagnie.
Ça va être le rythme afrobeat, jerk et soul, des trucs comme ça. Je cherche pas les highlights ou rumba ou cha-cha.
This one always gonna get scratched.
You notice.
Yeah.
Always the same. But I like this record so much. Maybe it plays. DJing is a very wide field. There are some who say the skills matter the most. Some say a DJ is only as good as his record collection. I would rather go for the latter, because for me, mixing doesn't really matter all that much. I want to hear a song. I don't want to hear any fancy blending. I want to hear the song from beginning to end. And if the song is too weak to play it in its entirety, then it's probably not good for club use anyway. This is a shame. This is one of the best records. African Brothers Band. One of the best ones, but it's wicked, it's hammered. They're all too scratched. If only that African Brothers International Band record with the train on the cover would have turned out to be not scratched to death, I would have been completely ecstatic and dancing around all over that kitchen. And that Afrobeat track on this one record is just insane. With the introduction and everything, it is so good, and I need that record. I need that record in good condition. I grew up in a very confined environment in the middle of the Black Forest in the southwest of Germany. And all I had was a radio. There was this one DJ who had a show late at night on a Swiss radio station who kind of opened my eyes to a whole world of adventurous sounding music. For me, music became a vehicle that could transport me to different places. Kind of an escape from my boring surrounding. By the mid-1990s, I was doing parties in Berlin, which were kind of like strip club, nightclub themed parties involving go-go dancers and video projections from old sexploitation movies. And I figured, why not go and try this concept someplace else? So I bought a ticket to New York, and after like half a year or so I had succeeded. I was doing my party there, it became hugely popular amongst the East Village hipster crowd. Most of the profit I made, I reinvested into buying African American funk and soul records, focusing on very obscure, very tough early funk 45s, mainly from the South. Nobody at the time wanted to hear that stuff in a nightclub, but I still kept on believing in the value of this music. I decided to go back to Berlin and started a funk and soul party, showing off all my funk and soul 45s that I had bought up on my digging trips in the US. 5 years later, that music also got me kind of bored. I mean, I can still enjoy it, but I felt if you really want to get the excitement across, you have to feel excited about the music, like it's something that is new for you. So I retired, and then I moved to Guinea to explore West African music.
It's already sold. So you keep it for some people who need it.
I had some people accuse me of cultural imperialism and exploitation because I come here and I buy records, which are, after all, cultural artifacts that have a certain value in the Western world that people here, they don't know. But I pay very fair prices. And I'm not buying records to sell them. I'm buying records to keep them and to play them in nightclubs in the Western world. You know, last time I was here, you sold me the Marichata record, the blue one. It's a little bit scratched. I'm still looking for this. If you find this clean, it pays really good money. I come from Germany. Yes, yes. But I haven't lived there in a long time. I made 3 years in Guinea now. I've been living in Africa for 3 years already. I don't want to go back to Germany. Too cold. Too cold. All right, goodbye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Most people here in Africa cannot do anything with a record because record players, they got broke 20, 30 years ago. This is a very record-unfriendly environment and a very record player-unfriendly environment. There's so much dust and sand and heat, and then you have rainfall that you cannot imagine. These records here, where did you find them?
So I got them from my dad.
From your father?
Yeah.
Ah, so your father is still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
And he listens to them?
No, he does not.
He does not anymore.
He has no player.
Ah.
I did history, I did archaeology, and I know the worth of some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So I started keeping this way back. Even though I didn't have a player, I kept it. I've not listened to much of that, but what they're doing now, I think this is better.
Yeah, no, this one I don't need.
You don't need it.
No.
You don't like highlights.
I like very little highlights. For example, African Brothers International, I like some of their records.
African Brothers.
African Brothers International, yes.
Yeah, I have them.
You have the one with the train. They have one record with a train on the cover.
I have a lot. I've never listened.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm young.
These are great. A lot of people don't respect it. No. This is like a book. It's a part of history, and once it's gone, it's gone. I've been collecting African records for 3 years now, and whenever I get home after a trip, I make a selection of the songs that I like best, and I make one mix. I record, as people would make mix cassettes earlier. I record it on MP3 format onto the computer for 1 hour, and now I have on CD, on the MP3 format, I have 24 hours of music. And you, I assume you have a CD player, do you? And you have a CD player that plays MP3 format. So I can give you those CDs as a gift, and you can listen to all this old music. Just wait 1 minute. This is from all over West Africa.
Can you give it to me for free?
Yes, of course. This is 24 hours of music you can listen to. Thank you, Coffee. There's a lot of old music around here in Africa that never got transferred to CD. All of them got destroyed. I mean, people burn records to make space because for them it's an old format. They're not interested. Many people here, they don't value it. And if all those original vinyl records get lost, the music itself gets lost. It vanishes. So if nobody comes to buy them, it's a chunk of history that just disappears. I mean, I don't want to like glorify my work here as something of immense cultural value because I work mostly for selfish reasons. I'm a DJ, I love music, and I want to make people dance. But the more and more I collect these records, the more I realize myself how much importance they carry. I've visited Benin more often than any other place in West Africa. And with time I got in touch with a whole lot of old musicians who, for the biggest part, haven't heard their own music for decades.
C'est bizarre, hein? Oh, mais ça...
J'aime beaucoup cette morceau-là. Hein, ça?
Bien sûr. Bien sûr. Un.
C'est un vieux truc, ça.
Ouais.
Comment ils arrivent à collectionner les trucs comme
Ça fait... c'est de quelle année?
Année 65.
65?
65.
65?
65, 66.
Ah. Ah.
Oh, c'est pas vrai, Vraiment, je vous félicite beaucoup hein, pour vos recherches là. C'est formidable. Hein?
Merci.
Formidable.
Merci beaucoup.
Pendant la Révolution, vous ne pouvez plus sortir des choses comme ça.
Ah.
Vous devez chanter Révolution. Ou pas. Ah, c'est à d'autres mots, c'est mieux d'homme. Donc, il fallait chanter la Révolution. Non. Donc, dès que la Révolution s'est calmée, c'était après ça que moi j'ai sorti ce morceau.
L'autre face, c'est un slow. Vous pensez que le blues comme ça, dans l'époque, c'était quelque chose importé des États-Unis ou,
Oui.
ou la base c'est ici?
C'est ça, c'est parti d'ici. Voilà. Bien. C'est blues.
Oui.
C'est du blues. Les esclaves, il y a plein de Béninois. Oui, donc c'est ça qui a amené. Le GV, c'était les Juju à l'époque. Le Juju, c'était entre le Bénin et le Nigeria. Oui. Pourquoi vous avez des appareils aujourd'hui qui vous donnent tous les sons, des tempos formidables que nous-mêmes on a perdu. C'est ça la musique. Vous savez, Vous conservez beaucoup de choses là-bas en Europe, vous autres, c'est ça. L'Africain ne conserve pas bien. C'est ça le problème, je crois. On n'est pas des bons conservateurs.
Besides Arrego, I also got in touch with Gustav Bento, who's the bass player of Orchestro Polyrhythmo.
Il y en a plein, j'ai plein. Mais comment? C'est Afrobeat que toi tu aimes.
Oui.
Tu vas jouer ça.
C'est le premier disque, comme ça dit volume 1.
Oui, c'est le premier disque. C'est le premier disque. Après ça, ils n'ont plus fait autre chose. Ils n'ont plus fait sortir de disque. Quand ils ont bouleversé là-bas, il y a un problème à Togo. Ils ont chanté contre la demande. Ils n'ont sauvé pas rester à Accra.
Ils ont resté à Accra.
Ah oui.
À cause des problèmes politiques.
Politique. Après, quand ça a commencé par calmer un peu, il y a d'autres qui ont resté là-bas. Il y a quelqu'un qui ne peut plus jamais venir. Je prends ma guitare. Hein.
C'est mon meilleur morceau de orchestre polyrhythmo. C'est en fond, oui.
C'est couché pour ça.
Ça veut dire quoi?
Ça veut dire ma mort reste encore. Ça reste. Ce ne sont pas maintenant ma mort. Il reste encore loin.
Ah, ok.
Loin demain. Ma mort ne suit pas. C'est pas arrivé.
C'est pas aujourd'hui, peut-être c'est demain.
C'est demain.
Ok.
C'est ça qu'on appelle couché pour ça. C'est l'explication ça.
Ah.
Tu sais comment dans ça? Non. C'est comme ça dans ça. On a ça comme ça. C'est comme ça dans ça.
When you move around in Benin, you need to have some basic understanding about voodoo, because it's everywhere. So whenever I come here, first thing I do is I go to a village in the south and I make a sacrifice. C'est loin, le village?
Hey, mon chef, tout le respect. C'est comment? Ça va. Ça va un peu. Cool. J'ai amené les amis. Oui, ça va. Comme on est sur le travail dans la musicale, donc on voulait donner la route. Donc quand il m'a dit ça, j'ai dit bon, on vient.
Voodoo is all about music and rhythm. Voodoo is mostly about how to stay in contact with the ancestors. it's paying respect to tradition. And if I'm honest about my quest, I might gain the support of the ancestors. And it works.
Je suis ici pour demander le support pour mon projet musical.
Oui, le final support musical. C'est que musique est noire. Donc, quand on est bateau, mais il y a pas musique, les filles qui sont quand les disent il y a pas musique. Et elles ont vu, il y a pas bien moins de filles qui sont.
Bon, le monsieur, il a demandé au fétiche de lui aider à avoir
de bonnes recherches de musique.
Oh my God.
After living here for a couple of months, I felt a little bit at home, but at the same time very alienated still. And it's this mixture of feeling at home and feeling at ease, and at the same time feeling alienated and feeling you're not supposed to let your guard down. It's this mix that really makes it for me. Strangely enough, only about 24 hours after I had asked Voodoo God Agbo for his support to find 45s on this trip, I was presented by this anonymous source who showed up at the hotel.
This one here, the very first polyrhythm 45, another early polyrhythm one. This is bass player Gustav Benthut, and the very young Lohenko Eskil. Unfortunately, he died about a year ago. This is a very obscure 45 by Le Volcan on the Black Dragons label on Porte Nouveau. This I was most happy to find. This is one of my favorite singers from Benin, Ferry Jimmy. And I didn't even know before that this 45 would exist at all. It's on his own Revolution Records label. This is a very early El Rego 45. This is him as well. Early Black Santiago 45 with Paulina, one of my favorite tracks. Probably the rarest Fela Kuti 45. And Orlando Julius and his Modern Aces to top it off. Thank you, Agbo, and next year I'll be back with a cow. J'ai trouvé ça hier.
Ah oui, à Cotonou.
Oui.
Je ne l'ai plus. C'est beau ça.
J'ai amené mon petit disque portable.
C'est
Oh,
Tous ceux-là sont morts.
Et tout ça se fait avec deux micros.
C'était le producteur. C'était musique d'une certaine époque.
Ah.
Il n'y avait que 2 micros.
Ok. On ne peut pas enregistrer et après enregistrer.
Non, il n'y a pas de playback.
Ok.
Donc on était obligé d'aller directement. Je suis allé directement.
Faire tous en même temps.
J'ai commencé, j'ai chanté, on a fait le premier essai, c'est ça qu'on a gardé sur l'album.
Vous avez aussi joué avec Fela?
Ouais, j'étais. Nous avions fermé un orchestre d'ici, les élites du Dahomey, pour faire une tournée dans l'Afrique de l'Ouest. On était au Nigeria. Quand nous avons négocié avec Fela, moi, mon groupe jouait de 21h à 23h. Et lui, il prend de 0h à 3h, 4h du matin. À partir de mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi.
C'était le shrine?
C'était le shrine. Non, c'était pas le shrine, c'était Kakadou. Fela était un dieu. Il était en dehors de son implication dans la politique. Nous sommes avec les peuples. Nous ne sommes pas avec les hommes politiques. Ouais. Les hommes politiques, eux, ils arrivent, ils font leur temps, ils s'en vont. Mais nous sommes là toujours avec notre peuple. De conserver ce que nous-mêmes, musiciens africains, nous n'avons plus. Tu as compris?
Oui.
Donc je te remercie beaucoup pour ça. Je sais que...
Merci, c'est à moi de vous remercier parce que c'est vous qui avez créé.
Non, mais c'est toi qui cherches maintenant.
Oui.
Non, mais c'est bien ce que tu fais.
Je fais les recherches pour les disques anciens, pour mon travail comme DJ. Pour moi, c'est la valeur d'un DJ, c'est avoir des disques que personne d'autre a. Pour donner un programme dans la boîte que les gens ne peuvent pas écouter dans les autres boîtes.
Ouais. Une exclusivité.
Merci.
Des morceaux inédits.
Oui, et aussi pour inspirer les gens, pour montrer les gens. Il y a beaucoup de musique, pas seulement la musique populaire qui joue dans la radio toute la journée.
C'est une surprise. Paf, il tombe de ça. Ah, c'est quoi ça? On dit ça vient d'Afrique. Et c'est normal. L'ancienne musique africaine, permettez-moi de dire l'ancienne musique africaine, a plus de vivacité. Ça a plus d'attraction, plus de vie. Ça a plus de vie que ce que nous faisons aujourd'hui. D'abord aujourd'hui, quand vous commencez un morceau, on dit, c'est un exemple, hein, et on dit le métronome. Pam 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 jusqu'à la fin. Alors que la musique live sans métronome là, dans les villages, quand on commence, quand il y a ça peut aller un peu plus chaud, un peu plus rapidement, ça peut dépasser un peu la cadence et puis et on revient encore. C'est ça la vie de la musique
de notre musique ici.
So that's it here. That's it here. That's it here.
Yeah.
Okay. Since Ghana is an Anglophone country and has been very safe to travel in for decades, it's also been a prime destination for everybody who's looking for these kind of records. Because it's, you know, most people don't speak French. Most people don't like dangerous places, so Ghana is kind of pretty much dug over. Not really what I'm looking for. It's mostly American stuff. This one is Nigerian, but it's just not really good. And the 45s are all scratched. It's also all, everything is high life. 45s. That's all, huh? Because this is not really
what you are looking for.
No.
It's true.
Doesn't seem to be happening.
Every day is a casting day, but not every day a catching day. You get me right? So don't worry, eh? Keep casting.
Yeah.
You catch big tilapia on your way.
There's a whole lot of records that are still on top of my want list, and I have been able to find them in 3 years. Like, for example, this African Brothers International record. But you never know, the next big find could be just around the corner. Yes, hello? Good morning, sir. Oh, yes, that's me. My name is Frank. What's your name, sir? Okay, nice to talk to you. So, you saw the ad. Do you have some of those records that you see there? Oh, that's great. So, are you in Accra?
It's my dad.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My name is Frank.
My name is Charlie.
Oh, nice to meet you, Charlie.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Come this way.
Okay. So you used to be a DJ?
Yeah, for 40 years.
So you've seen the Marichata play live?
Yeah.
That must have been incredible.
I know all of them. Kofi Electric and Bob Fishin, who plays the keyboards. This is Marichata.
Oh yeah, this is a really good one.
This is what I was talking about. But it's outside the sleeve.
And this July I'm going to move to New York. I'm going to leave West Africa, and in New York I will start doing club nights with only African music. And a radio show as well. I've read that this song by Fela Kuti, Zombie, it was a huge success here in Ghana. You find the record everywhere.
Yeah.
And people say that it was banned that it was forbidden to play it on the radio.
Yeah, we couldn't. In those days, we couldn't play it on the radio. I mean, it was not to be broadcast.
Because it was too political.
You know, Zombie talks about soldiers who behave like robots.
Yes.
And in those days, we had military rule in Ghana, so nobody was going to countenance that. This is akin to Juju, Afrobeat.
The moths have already started eating it up.
No, they did before we moved here.
This is what they do. This is what they do. And then they leave just a stack of records. It looks like a layer cake.
Yeah.
It's all round and all the papers
Gone.
eaten away. Sometimes they even start chewing the vinyl.
Yeah, the vinyl.
Vicious.
They're terrible, terrible insects.
Yeah. Ah, here it is.
Yeah, yeah. I told you that I saw this when I was...
Here it is. I can't believe it. I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Years ago, there was nothing you would have looked for which I wouldn't have been able to.
Don't tell me. I'm going to have nightmares tonight. Oh, look at this. This is in beautiful condition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh!
Look, anywhere you go to, I mean, people will tell you that if you can get hold of me, you'll get whatever you're looking for. Because people will know that I was on radio for a long time. And I started collecting music records in the 60s. And but for the fact that most have eaten a lot of them, I would have had a lot.
Goddamn those moths. I can't believe I'm holding this in my hands. I found this just a few days ago in a backyard kitchen.
Oh, I see.
And completely scratched.
Oh, shame.
My people, I hope you are all there alive. Number 1, living. Number 2, fear. Number 3, corner. If they inside proper alive. No. Now here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. That's a guitar.
Yeah.
This makes me so happy. Really. God damn those moths.
So you could have had more.
Really? What a plague. And they're good for nothing.
Some people eat them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I would eat them just out of spite.
Let me ask you a question. It is said that DJs are always playing music for people to dance, but they hardly ever dance themselves. Is it true?
I'm a dancing fool.
Wow.
No, really. Sometimes I embarrass myself, but I don't care.
So you leave the turntables?
Yes, of course, and I dance. Sometimes I have my wife start the next record because I'm too busy dancing.
Okay, all right.
I love dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. A DJ who doesn't dance, that's...
But how can you if you don't get into the music yourself, how can you play the music for the entertainment of other people?
Exactly. It would be like a cook who doesn't eat his own food.
You see?
That's really what excites me. Finding something and hearing it in an open-air soup kitchen in Accra. And you hear it and you know. Maybe next year or in 2 years I'm going to play this record someplace in Brooklyn or in Manhattan or in Berlin in some nightclub. And people who've never heard it before are gonna start jumping up the walls. And that's for me what makes it really exciting to do this.
You are still listening to Radio Freetown on WFMU. My name is Frank Gosner. In a Ghana special tonight. And the next track I have for you is African Brothers International, also from Ghana, of course, with Hold Your Lover Tight from an insanely rare record that was the white whale for me for many years in Africa. And then right before my departure from West Africa, I found a clean copy with a radio DJ. He had this amazing record for me in beautiful conditions, so you get to hear it. African Brothers International with Hold Your Lover Tight.
Now, I beg you, make you all help me. Tell every man and woman way today inside this world something about love that make everybody hold a lover tight. For this world we day inside, number 1, living. Number 2, fear. Number 3, corner. If they inside proper alive, no. Now here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
call me Frank. I respond to you because my love is crazy and I look so funny. He's got the eye. He's got to keep it hip, no. It's got to be solid. It makes things groovy. Let's mix the groovy. Now the groove makes the man. People feel the groove. How the hardest